What if Doctor Doom, one of Marvel's most cunning villains, is secretly pulling the strings of the entire multiverse? Could he be using the Time Variance Authority's tech to manipulate timelines, prune realities, or even merge every universe into one under his iron-fisted rule? And what if the TVA, the organization we thought was protecting the multiverse, is actually Doom's secret weapon? Dr. Doom is not your average Marvel villain. He's Victor Von Doom, a genius scientist, master sorcerer, and the ruler of Latveria. This guy's got an ego bigger than Tony Stark's and a brain to match. Unlike Thanos, who wanted to wipe out half of life for some twisted idea of balance, Doom wants total control over everything. He doesn't just want to rule a country or a planet. He wants to dominate every reality, every timeline, every corner of existence. In the comics, Doom's always been obsessed with power. He's tangled with the Fantastic Four, stolen the Silver Surfer's cosmic powers, and even become a godlike figure in events like Secret Wars. So, when Marvel announced Avengers Doomsday as the big multiverse saga finale, with Doom as the main villain, it was clear they're not messing around. This isn't just a villain of the week situation. Doom's got plans, and they're multiversal in scale. But here's the kicker. To pull off something as massive as controlling the multiverse, Doom needs tools. Big tools. And what's the most powerful tool in the MCU for managing timelines and realities? That's right, the Time Variance Authority, or TVA. Let's talk about why the TVA is the perfect weapon for someone like Doom. If you've watched Loki, you know the TVA is a bureaucratic powerhouse that controls the flow of time across the multiverse. They prune timelines, reset realities, and decide what's supposed to happen in the sacred timeline. Their tech is insane, think about it. They've got devices that can erase entire realities with a click. That's the kind of power Doom would drool over. Our theory starts here. What if Doom gets his hands on TVA tech? Picture this. Doom using those time sticks to prune any timeline that doesn't fit his vision of a perfect multiverse, one where he's the supreme ruler. Or worse, what if he uses the TVA's tech to manipulate timelines, rewriting history so that he's always been in charge? The possibilities are endless and honestly terrifying. But here's where it gets juicy. The TVA's motto is, for all time, always. Sound familiar? It should, because Avengers Doomsday's production company is called For All Time Productions. Coincidence? I don't think so. Marvel loves dropping Easter eggs like this. The name suggests a deep connection between the TVA and Doom's plan in Doomsday. Maybe the TVA isn't just a tool for Doom. Maybe it's the centerpiece of his entire scheme. So, let's ask the big question. Could Doom be using the TVA to prune timelines that don't serve his vision? Let's dig deeper. Now, this is where things get spicy. Loki showed us that the TVA isn't exactly the most trustworthy organization. In Season 1, we learned that the TVA was built on lies, controlled by a variant of Kang called He Who Remains. By Season 2, the TVA was in chaos, with Loki taking over as the guardian of the multiverse's timelines. But here's the thing, the TVA is still a mess. It's got agents with their own agendas, tech that's way too powerful for its own good, and a shaky leadership structure. It's ripe for someone like Doom to swoop in and take control. What if Doom is already pulling the TVA's strings? Think about it. In the comics, Doom is a master manipulator. He's not just a guy in a metal mask throwing punches, he's a chess grandmaster who plays people and systems like pawns. If he's infiltrated the TVA, he could be using their resources to orchestrate his multiversal takeover without anyone even noticing. Let's look at some evidence. In Loki Season 2, we saw the TVA struggling to manage the multiverse after the death of He Who Remains. Timelines were branching out of control, and incursions, those reality-destroying collisions between universes, were becoming a real threat. Deadpool and Wolverine doubled down on this, showing us a TVA agent, Paradox, going rogue and trying to destroy timelines for his own gain. If a random agent like Paradox can abuse TVA tech, imagine what someone as brilliant and ruthless as Doom could do. Here's a wild thought. What if Doom is the one causing these incursions? In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, we learn that incursions happen when two universes collide, often because of meddling with reality, like dreamwalking or messing with timelines. If Doom is secretly working with or within the TVA, he could be triggering incursions to destabilize the multiverse, making it easier for him to step in as the ultimate ruler. It's like knocking over a house of cards so you can build your own castle. Okay, let's take this theory to the next level. What if Doom's endgame isn't just pruning a few timelines or ruling one universe? What if he wants to merge all universes into a single reality under his control? This is straight out of the comics, specifically the 2015 Secret Wars storyline, where Doom creates Battle World, a patchwork planet made from fragments of different realities, all ruled by him as a literal god. In the MCU, we've already seen hints of this kind of multiversal chaos. Spider-Man. No Way Home brought characters from different universes together. Doctor Strange 2 introduced the concept of incursions. And Deadpool and Wolverine showed us the Void, a place where pruned timelines and variants get dumped. The multiverse is already a mess, and Doom could see this as the perfect opportunity to step in and fix it by merging every reality into one where he's in charge. How could he do this? The TVA's tech is the key. Their time doors, reset charges, and timeline monitors give them unparalleled control over the multiverse. If Doom gets access to the Loom, the device that manages all timelines, he could theoretically collapse every reality into a single one. Imagine a universe where every hero, every villain, every world is under Doom's rule. No more multiversal chaos, just one reality with Doom as its God King. But here's a question for you. If Doom merges all universes, what happens to our favorite heroes? Would Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, or the Avengers even stand a chance against the guy who controls reality itself? Let's explore that next. If Doom is hijacking the TVA and messing with the multiverse, the MCU's heroes are going to have a tough fight on their hands. But they're not helpless. Let's break down how they might take on Doom and his potential TVA alliance. First up, Loki. As the guy currently holding the multiverse together at the end of Loki Season 2, he's got a front row seat to any weirdness going on with the timelines. If Doom starts messing with the TVA, Loki's gonna notice. He's already dealt with Kang variants, so he's got experience handling multiversal threats. Plus, Loki's a trickster. He could outsmart Doom at his own game. Then we've got Doctor Strange. As the former Sorcerer Supreme, Strange knows a thing or two about the multiverse. He's faced incursions before, and even caused one by accident in Multiverse of Madness. If anyone can figure out how to counter Doom's timeline manipulations, it's Strange. Maybe he'll team up with Clea, who we saw in the Doctor Strange 2 post-credits scene, to take on Doom's sorcery head-on. Don't count out the Fantastic Four either. In the comics, they're Doom's biggest rivals. The MCU's Fantastic Four movie is set to release before Doomsday, so we know Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm will be in the mix. Reed, aka Mr. Fantastic, is one of the few people who can match Doom's intellect. If Doom's using TVA tech, Reed might be the one to build a counter device or figure out how to reverse the damage. And let's not forget the X-Men, who are slowly being introduced into the MCU. Deadpool and Wolverine gave us a taste of what mutants can do. And with Thunderbolts and other projects on the horizon, we might see heroes like Wolverine or Storm joining the fight. A team-up of Avengers, X-Men, and the Fantastic Four against Doom would be epic. But here's the big question. Can they stop Doom if he's already got the TVA on his side? Or will they need to destroy the TVA itself to save the multiverse? Let's talk about the stakes. If Doom pulls off his plan, whether it's pruning timelines, causing incursions, or merging all realities, the multiverse as we know it could be gone. Every universe, every hero, every story we followed in the MCU could be erased or rewritten to serve Doom's vision. That's a level of destruction even Thanos couldn't dream of. But it's not just about the multiverse. Doom's plan would affect everyone. Imagine a world where your favorite characters, Peter Parker, Wanda Maximoff, T'Challa, are either erased or forced to bow to Doom. The TVA's tech makes this scarily possible. One wrong move and entire realities could vanish. This brings us to another question. Is the TVA Doom's secret weapon, or is it his biggest weakness? If the heroes can infiltrate the TVA and turn its tech against him, they might have a shot. But if Doom's already got the TVA under his control, the heroes are in for the fight of their lives. So, how does all this tie into Avengers Doomsday? Let's piece it together. The movie's title suggests a catastrophic event, something that threatens all of existence. Doom's name in the title tells us he's the one bringing the Doomsday. The connection to the TVA's for all time motto through the production company name is a massive clue that the TVA will play a role. We also know that Doomsday is the culmination of the Multiverse Saga, which started with WandaVision and Loki. Every major project in this saga, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Doctor Strange 2, Loki, Deadpool, and Wolverine, has been building toward a multiversal showdown. Incursions, timeline branching, and reality hopping are all pieces of the puzzle, and Doom could be the one putting it all together. Here's a bold prediction. Avengers Doomsday will show Doom seizing control of the TVA early in the movie, using it to trigger incursions and weaken the multiverse. The heroes, likely a mix of Avengers, Fantastic Four, and maybe even some X-Men, will have to band together to stop him. The climax could involve a battle in the TVA itself, with Loki and Doctor Strange leading the charge to take back the Loom and restore the multiverse. But what if Doom wins? In the comics, he's pulled off victories like this before. Secret Wars ended with Doom ruling Battleworld until the heroes found a way to undo his plan. Could Doomsday end with a temporary victory for Doom, setting up Avengers Secret Wars as the final battle? It's possible. Let's wrap this up by looking at why this theory holds water. First, Marvel loves connecting its projects. The TVA has been a key player in the Multiverse Saga, and it makes sense for it to show up in Doomsday. Second, Doom's character fits perfectly with this kind of plan. He's not just a villain, he's a strategist who thinks 10 steps ahead. Using the TVA to control the multiverse is exactly the kind of move he'd make. Third, the MCU has been setting up the idea of a multiversal collapse since Loki Season 1. Incursions, timeline pruning, and reality manipulation are all part of the narrative. Doom stepping in to exploit that chaos feels like the natural next step. Finally, the for-all-time connection is too big to ignore. Marvel doesn't name production companies randomly. This is a deliberate hint that the TVA and Doom are linked. So there you have it. Our massive theory about how Dr. Doom could hijack the TVA to manipulate timelines, trigger incursions, and maybe even merge all universes into one under his rule. The TVA's tech, its shaky leadership, and its for-all-time motto all point to it being Doom's secret weapon in Avengers Doomsday. But the heroes, Loki, Doctor Strange, the Fantastic Four, and more won't go down without a fight. What do you think? Is Doom already working with the TVA? Could he really merge all realities into one? And do our heroes stand a chance against a villain this powerful? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this theory going. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next Marvel theory. Until then, stay curious, and I'll see you in the multiverse.